To the Lorraine Glick Nordgren Senior Center. We have a program of education this morning. It's something that you should all think about. We've all got those lovely little critters that come out in the spring and bite, known as mosquitoes. But there are ways to control them and lessen the chance that you would wind up with West Nile virus or some other problem like that. We have with us today from the Central Massachusetts Mosquito Control Project a field biologist by the name of Frank Cortina, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about how to help yourselves and the environment.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning. Again, my name is Frank Cortina, and I'm a field biologist at the Central Massachusetts Mosquito Control Project. I first want to thank the Auburn Senior Center for having us here today, and also for you guys coming to learn a little bit this morning. Mosquitoes and You. This is a new program for us, and with spring here, it's a great time to learn about mosquitoes and how we can protect ourselves from them. So for everyone that's not familiar with CMMCP, we are based in Northborough, and we cover 39 different cities and towns in Worcester and Middlesex counties, Auburn being one, of course. We offer a full range of mosquito control activities, and we operate on an IPM plan, which is a multifaceted approach to public health. So here I am at the office in the summer. As a biologist at Central Mass, one of my jobs is to identify mosquitoes that we collect. Okay, and it's important to know what types of mosquitoes we have in the area, as certain mosquitoes won't bite us, certain mosquitoes do bite us, so it's important, again, for control purposes to know which mosquitoes we have and which mosquitoes we don't have. So you can see here, I'm using my microscope and looking at a dish of mosquitoes. That's what we have right here. And looking through my microscope, this is basically what I see. Here we have the adult female mosquito, and this one is actually sitting right on a leaf right here. Now there are approximately 60 different species or kinds of mosquitoes in Massachusetts. Okay, 60 different kinds. And looking at the body of the mosquito, some basic biology here, we have the mosquito's head, which is right here, and that big dark spot right here, that's actually the mosquito's eye. Okay? And also attached to the mosquito's head are two antennae right here. And this right here is the long, straw-like mouth that is called the proboscis. Okay? In the middle of the mosquito right here, we have what's called the thorax. Okay, and that's where the mosquito's 6 legs and wings are attached to. Finally, we have this right here, which is the mosquito's abdomen. Okay? Now remember I said there's approximately 60 different species of mosquitoes in Massachusetts? Well, the way we can tell them apart are markings. See these white markings right here? Those bands on the legs differ from mosquito to mosquito. Okay, some will have these bands, some will not have these bands. They'll be in different positions, different colors, as well as on the abdomen here. We'll have different colors, different shades. So that's basically how we can tell different mosquitoes apart from each other. Now remember how I said this is the adult female mosquito? Well, that's because the mosquito doesn't always look like this. And in fact, in many parts of its life, it looks quite different. And you'll see this in the mosquito's life cycle. Okay, here's the adult female mosquito that we were just looking at. But originally, it actually begins its life as an egg. And that's what we have right here. A bunch of mosquito eggs. And these mosquito eggs are so small, in fact, that approximately 100 mosquito eggs can fit right here on top of this pencil eraser. That is how small these mosquito eggs are. Now you can see they're black right here, but when they're first laid by the adult female mosquito, they're actually white. But soon after, they change color to a darker shade. And this acts as a camouflage for the mosquito eggs so they don't get preyed upon by predators. Now the adult female mosquito will lay these eggs in a very special place. She'll lay these eggs in stagnant water. Okay? Shallow, still water. Okay? Probably going to be dirty. So basically, the adult female mosquito isn't going to lay her eggs in a stream or a river or anything like that. It needs very, very still, stagnant water. So she'll lay these eggs either on the water or on the side of the water, the edge of the water, and soon they'll hatch and become what we call mosquito larvae, which are these right here. These live in the water. They're kind of worm-like creatures at this phase, and they'll eat bacteria in the water, they'll eat other organics in the water, until they change shape again and become what we call mosquito pupa. That's what these are right here. Now these mosquito pupa have what we call a case right here, and that's actually inside this case is where the mosquito is growing its wings and its legs that it needs when it becomes an adult. Okay, it's kind of like a butterfly in a cocoon type situation. That's what's going on right here. So we've seen the mosquito's life cycle here, but what's the problem with mosquitoes? Why do they concern us? Right, they bite us for one, right?
Yeah.
But they can also give us a couple different things. Okay, they can give us something called West Nile virus, which you might have heard of before, and also Eastern equine encephalitis, triple E. Now in Auburn last year, we did have a couple of mosquitoes that did test positive for West Nile virus, so it's something we really need to be aware of. Okay, these West Nile virus and triple E can make us quite sick, so again, it's really something that we need to be aware of. Here we basically have the cycle of how we're able to acquire West Nile virus and triple E. These diseases are actually found in birds, okay? And what the mosquito will do is transfer it to other birds, okay? It'll get West Nile from one bird, give it to another bird, and so on and so forth, okay? Until a lot of birds have West Nile virus. Then what will happen is a mosquito that bites both birds and people will come along, bite that infected bird, and then transmit it to us, okay, or horses. Okay, but there's many ways we can protect ourselves from West Nile virus or triple E. Here are some pictures showing some of the protection measures that we can take to avoid these diseases. This gentleman right here is wearing long sleeves. Okay, that's something good to wear outside in the summer when we're trying to avoid mosquito bites. So long sleeves, long pants if we can. Also hats can protect ourselves from mosquitoes as well. This gentleman is also using insect repellent, which is another good thing to use. One of the important things about insect repellent is it needs to be used safely. Okay, you need to read the back of the label because some repellents you put on clothes, whereas others you can put right on your skin. So it's really important to make sure you're applying it safely and correctly. Some other things we can do to protect ourselves against mosquitoes is avoid dawn and dusk. Okay, this is when mosquitoes are very active looking to bite people. Okay, either early in the morning or kind of in the evening after dinner. So avoiding being outside those times is a good way to reduce exposure to mosquitoes. Another thing is repairing screens. We have screens in the windows right here. You might have a torn window screen or a torn door screen. Okay, we definitely want to get those fixed up before the mosquitoes become a problem. Okay, now when I'm out in the swamps collecting mosquitoes, I wear, in comparison, I wear a full net suit, I wear gloves, I wear boots, I wear insect repellent. But of course, where I'm going, there is tremendous amounts of mosquitoes, and many times we're aware that there is West Nile in the area, so we take extreme precautions when we're out in the field. Okay, well here we have a picture of a swamp, and we have many swamps like this in Massachusetts. And the thing about swamps is they're swampy, right? They're filled with stagnant water. And we know who's looking to lay eggs in stagnant water, right? Mosquitoes. But the thing is, mosquitoes do not have to lay their eggs in swamps. Okay, they can find stagnant water right around our own homes. Okay, let me show you some examples of that. Okay, we might all have some of these around our houses, right? We might have a spare tire, maybe it's leaning up against the side of the house, or maybe it's out in the yard. We might have our garbage can here, but we forgot to put the lid on and we never really got around to doing that. Okay, we might have some buckets that we just left out in the yard, We might also have a kiddie pool that we use to cool off in the summer. Well, all of these items here, if left outside, will catch and hold rainwater. Okay, when it rains, all of these items here will fill up, and eventually it'll become stagnant water. Okay, it'll sit there, it'll get really dirty, and mosquitoes will breed, and it'll probably only 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, that's how long one of these items would take to start breeding mosquitoes in the summer, only 1 to 2 weeks. Another item on here that's not, or another item that isn't on this, are bird baths. Okay, those obviously hold water, but of course we also want to, provide that for the birds. Well, one of the things we can do with bird baths is simply change the water out once a week, give the birds fresh water, and that also eliminates mosquitoes as well. Okay, so if we didn't monitor these things, and they did produce mosquitoes, who are they going to bite? They're going to bite us, right? These are right outside our homes. The mosquitoes don't have to fly very far. Okay, so it's really important to monitor and check these things. The tire, for instance, we could move that in the garage, we could move it in the shed, we could move it in the basement. We actually, about a year ago, began a tire recycling program where we take abandoned tires up to a facility in Littleton, and they recycle it into fuels and other products. So that's a good way to recycle the tire and also reduce mosquitoes. Okay, you can put the lid obviously back on the garbage can, eliminates mosquitoes. You can take that bucket, flip it upside down, eliminates mosquitoes. Okay, these are all really easy things we can do to reduce mosquitoes. Okay, but pretty much anything that will hold water has the potential to breed mosquitoes. Here we have a picture of, on the side of the road, some trash, some cans, bottles. Here's a glass jar. You can see the lid is off it, and eventually it rains, filled up with water, water gets stagnant, okay, it got really dirty. And if you look really closely, you can see right along the water's edge here, those are all mosquito larvae, mosquito pupa. So it really does not take long to breed mosquitoes, and it's shown right here. Now, if this jar was disposed of properly, we wouldn't have those mosquitoes. Okay? So these are all things that we can do to protect ourselves against mosquitoes and reduce the number of mosquitoes around our own homes. Another thing you can do is call us. Okay? Here is a list of many of the programs we have at the project. We have a surveillance program, which is where we go out and collect mosquitoes, public education.